Hello and welcome to another episode of your favorite show, Everyday Nigerian. On today's show, we'll be talking about an important topic, a very sensitive topic at that happening in Nigeria. Let's talk about why young females are not working in this present economy. When I say young females, I mean young adults, females especially, why they are not working, youth, school leavers like SSE leavers, those that are ripe for working, the right working age in female gender, why they are not working. I still remember your humble host Sam, and on today's show I will be tackling this topic with my co-hosts.
I'm Ella.
Okay, to go forward, so I will just start by saying, Ella, you're a female, so you should understand better. What do you think is the issue concerning this current problem of females now not wanting to work anymore? What can we say is the cause of that, or what originated this trend?
Personally, I think so many things causes this. You understand? But first, I would love to talk about high expectations.
Wow.
Yes.
Why did you say why high expectations?
Because especially young ladies, young females, because this is mostly about them. They tend to have this high expectations on maybe the paycheck, like the paycheck salaries. If I've seen some, not just teenagers, female youth who should be working, but they are not because they feel like the payment is small. The feel is not tangible. It's not something that they should stress themselves over and end up getting what they call crumbs. You understand? So because of that, they don't stress themselves. The paycheck is small.
When you say paycheck now, if I should say someone that just left secondary school, that just want to hustle for a year or two, you shouldn't be expecting to earn like someone that has a BSc, an OND, HND, a master's degree. Let's not go to the PhD, or let's just say the PGD masters. You don't expect to earn like someone of that level. What you're trying to do that is just to build your CV from the scratch. So you can't be starting like your first job after leaving secondary school and you are expecting to earn like 50,000, 70,000 or 100,000 as an SSE holder. In this particular economy, even back then when we were out of secondary school, you hardly get a job that pays you 25,000, 30,000. The job you see is 12,000, 50,000, and that is mainly teaching jobs. You go and look for a cleaner job. Even a cleaner job hardly pays you 10 or 15,000.
The honest truth is, those secondary school youth you're pinpointing now are even more smarter. You see a secondary school student coming out from school. Your point is correct. Coming out from school, they already have this idea of what they are expecting, what should be given to them. You understand? Mostly now, let me just tell you now, and this now is more trendy. We are more exposed now. You understand? I can bet you that a secondary school person coming out from school, a female, some of them will tell you, I can't do a job of 30,000.
With an SSE.
They can't do a job of 30,000. They would end up being like, let me manage it. But I can tell you, they can be that it's not something they are freely, wholeheartedly enjoying to do.
Why do you say they don't enjoy it? Well, something that pays your bills, so why wouldn't you enjoy it?
Because the truth is, for 30,000 to pay your bills, he can't pay your bills. He will, but because they already have this high expectation, they want after paying my bills, I should have some amount of money. You understand? Also left in my pockets that I can use to flex myself. You understand? So if it's not something that can give me extra after paying my bills, transportations, they don't do it this.
Like you were saying now, now someone that just left secondary school, he's still under his or her parents. So whatever job you are doing is just to reduce the burden. If
From
the
your
burden is
parents.
like 100% on your parents, I would say you reduce that burden by 50%, or let's just say 70, 65 or 55%, because your parents will still bear the
most of the
responsibilities, because even while you are working, earning that peanuts as a salary, your parents will still be like aiding you, like subsidizing your transportation, your feeding, because most times you have to go to work with food from the house. You're not buying food.
Yes.
Most times you're not paying rent.
Okay.
You're not doing anything. Most times you might be going out, you'll be lucky, maybe you're one of your older sibling is going to work, and you just say, okay, bros or auntie, let me go with you since we are working towards the same path.
Yeah.
And she just pays your tea fare to work. When you get to your bus stop, you just come down. Now, had it been you're spending 500 naira to going and coming, now at least 100 or 150 is minus from that 500 naira.
Yes.
So what you're spending is saving. So indirectly, there is still a subsidy to a reasonable extent on your expenses on a daily basis. So now, I don't see it as an issue, because you having an SSE and you're setting a standard for yourself pertaining employment, I see it as you going overboard with your will I say your dreams and aspiration of that job you want to get. Because even those that have the
certificate
itself, now they've not gotten that job that they dream of because they are qualified. But you that you are underqualified, you are that aiming higher than what you're supposed to do.
Okay, that's actually right. That's so right. But I also want you to understand something. There's some people out there are not staying with their parents. There are some people that SSCE is like their final bus stop of education.
Why do you say so? Why?
Yeah, some people already know that they will not go more than SSCE. Some people are not opportune to be able to go for higher institution, be it polytechnic, be it college of education. You understand? For someone like that already have this mindset that my WAEC, my SSCE is
the pinnacle of my
education. And but maybe because they can't sponsor themselves, they don't have anybody to sponsor them. You understand? And because of that, that's the end. And you see someone like that, they end up having a whole lot of responsibilities. Imagine a girl who has a responsibility on her parents and the village. Most of the scenarios here down here in Lagos, most of the young girls here, the parents are down there in the village, and they are here working, sending money back home, driving with that transportation now that is so high, feeding and rent. Imagine the person ready to look for a job. Do you think that person will look for a 30,000 naira job? Because he or she ends up calculating, I send this amount to my mother, to my sisters in the village, and then I use it to feed myself. I use this to pay for the short letting I'm doing, or if they are paying rent. And after it, the money, there is no money to hold on to for your feeding or for your daily emergency expenses. So I honestly feel that these high expectations of job are really what makes the young youth not so.
I would say in these high expectations now, we've touched on two other points by economic factor, where you mentioned the amount being a factor, and you also mentioned something about educational barrier.
Yes.
Why most people that they would love to further,
yes,
but life happens to them.
Exactly.
Life happens to them, and when life happens to them, they tend to see that SSE as their
final bus stop. Yes.
To me, I feel most times you are, how would I put this? I would say you are the final result of whatever you think or phantom upstairs here. I've seen people that came to Lagos, maybe from the east, from the west, even from the south, as far as the south, the north, without anybody, and they still made it. It just goes down to the level of how strong your mental reasoning is, your IQ level, how strong it is. Because I see that there is no glass ceiling you can't break. If you're really up for it.
That's true. That's honestly true. But you also have to understand that the majority of people who end up not having education, someone to sponsor them, someone to help them climb that ladder of education, percentage of people who ends up not having someone to help them are much. And when you don't have any means to anything, it cripples you down.
Wow.
Yes, it does cripple you down. So automatically you just have to be allow yourself to stay at that stage you can control. At least they can control that stage where they just have your SSCE.
Wow.
So that's honestly how I feel about it.
Mm-hmm. So now this has to do with mental health now. Well-being. Now, if you are strong mentally, you striving, like now you know that in 10 years time, even though my parents are not with me here in this place I am now, there's a target I want to set for myself. I've seen girls, even though we're talking about the percentage of the females that are in this category are way lesser than those that are not working. Now, I think what differentiates the females working and the females that are not working are their mental strength. How strong they are mentally, because what we are talking about in the female is also in the male, but the female gender, theirs are way higher. And is way rampant than that of the male. Now, I feel it's just like the mental state of the person itself, him or herself, their mental state, where they are mentally, how strong they are mentally. Because if you're strong mentally, you don't see something as a problem. You see it as a challenge. When you see it as a problem, that it becomes an issue. But when you see it as a challenge, you know that this thing I can overcome it. Because there are two things. Problem and challenge are two different things. Yes. When you have a problem, it's hard to surmount it. But when you see a challenge, you know that this one, naturally there is a way. You just have to figure a way around it by you giving yourself time. You take an in-depth look into it. Like you take, this one is a drastic in-depth analysis of the issue. Then you find a solution. I've seen females that are doing well, that had humble beginnings. The only difference about them is because they had a vision of how they've envisaged their life in 10-15 years from their present time where they had that thought, and they worked towards it. I would say what we have now are mainly, I will boss it down to the laziness or the nonchalant attitude of the females of this generation now. That's
really true, because you mentioned about mental health. You know, this mental health, when you come across two individuals, two young adults, two young female youth, one is mentally strong, the other one is not mentally strong, and they both are being faced with this what will I say,
life
hits them happens to them so hard. You find out that the person who has high mental stability tends to do what? Move forward, because the person has a goal. Come what may, I need to get this job, I need to manage this, I need to save out of that 30,000 naira. But the person who doesn't have strong mental stability, when you don't talk to yourself, when you don't tell yourself that I have to get to this, I have to do this, even if it's this small, I have to make life out of this, you find out that they go for the easy things.
When they're this second category of people you mentioned are people that take life, let me take it a day at a time, as it comes.
Procrastination.
Tomorrow will sort itself out.
Yes, exactly.
Let's just take it
and because of this, they tend to do what I see as cheaper things, like they end up being dependency
on the
male aspect.
Yes, they look for easy way out of every
the situation.
Solution. They don't like going through the hard way.
Exactly, and that's why you see more of them out there, because when they set that example that, my dear, you don't have to work. My dear, you don't have to work a 30,000 naira job. At the end of the day, you find out that they depend on the male part. They depend on easy thing. Now, some ladies don't even work, but they look good more than the people that work. That's the truth.
I'm sorry to hurt you there. We'll have to go for a short break.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. This is still your everyday Nigerian show, and here we were talking about why a young female youth, the female ones why they aren't working. Yes, and I would like to say talk about gender inequality. Yes, gender inequality.
Well, I feel nowadays I would liken that gender inequality like low self-esteem or like you feel intimidation, because most organizations now, when they see a female with the prestige, the accolades coming their way, they tend to like no. They will not say no. If we put her in this place now, she will now start bossing us around. Let's put her here. And due to the female gender, she have seen that with the kind of record I've amassed in years, I'm not supposed to be in this position. I'm supposed to be in this position. So with that, they can't pay me. I'm leaving.
And they leave.
They leave. Most people look at it as, why will I come to a place? But this one is SSC. This one is ASND. I'm not sure this company will be able to pay my salary. They will leave. Most people will come. They will say, the male are much than the female.
The female.
No, I can't work here. I thought it would be balanced. No, I'm not working. I will leave. So I will say that is majorly our problem in this part of the world. In this part of the world now, that gender inequality, it even goes down to our political system. The gender inequality is thriving seriously over there. It's thriving seriously. How many states in their legislative arm of government can you say that they have so percentage, if not 50-50, like the males gender are 50, the female gender are also 50 in their legislative? You always find it that the male are like 70, 80, 85, 90, then the females are like 10 or 15 or 5% at most. So I would say the gender equality is mainly the issue over here.
But that's actually true, because I've come across a friend was, this is a personal experience. A friend was actually seeking for a job. So she's done with school. This is now a university graduate. She was done with school, though she finished from a polytechnic, H&D. So when she applied for a job, a position in a company, and she was on the day for her interview, she arrived. She was the only female among them. So when she got there, and everybody was already giving her the vibe that, oh, Charlie, this job enough for you. You understand? This is a male-dominated. Thank you. Male-dominated environment. So when they were giving her the vibe and everything, she just texted me and said, because I want her to get that job. You understand? When you see those young female youths who passionately want to work, that doesn't want to depend on anyone, it really makes me happy. So I was keeping tabs on her to know how it's going, and she was like, hey Charlie, that's this place is full of Charlie demo. It's full of male. You see, the thing is already giving her. She's already exactly, and the environment, the receptionist is a man. And to cause her to be second guessing herself, you have a chance for this. Exactly.
If I kill the interview, would I be considered?
Will I still be considered?
Because it's a male-dominated environment.
Yes, and she left. She didn't stay.
Without even doing the interview, she left.
Charlie did not stay. She left. And anybody who she explains that her or those two, they'll be like, oh, I'm so sure that if you sat for that interview, they will still not employ you. Because the environment already is men. You understand? So, and some organizations also make it well known. When you come, apply, and you see the open space, female, male.
They'll tell you
they need a male.
They've gone a step ahead now to make it in their vacancy post. They will tell you, due to gender balancing, we would like it to be a female applicant for gender balance or gender equality. I look at it. So you guys know, you are doing this kind of thing in the past. Now you're waking up to reality that it's looking like an impartial workforce or impartial economy in the country. Now you've gone ahead now because you see a male that is equally qualified like the female.
Yes.
But due to they've seen that if female preferably for gender equality, they say okay, they send a woman they want. They go and apply. Unlike before, whereby you know you are looking for a man, you open the vacancy to everybody.
Yeah.
You come there, you waste your time. See, if it's someone that has not gone through in the interview process in this country or in this part of the world that will not understand what it takes for you to prepare for an interview. Is it the sleepless nights of researching about the company? Is it the sleepless nights about you reading on the correct answers to give to each question? Is it the one you are going to print your CV, tailor your CV to suit the company's standard? Because every company has their standard of CV writing. There's a kind of CV you bring to a company, look at it, you are not ready to work here. They will just tell you, we'll get back to you. That will get back to you. You wait till Jesus will come the second time. They won't call you. So most times, it takes interviews generally are mind-boggling. It takes its toll on the person, and it's very stressful because you are thinking about your CV. Who say they go like the formats I use? You are thinking about what I go dress now, what I go resemble woman.
Yes.
You're also thinking about what kind of English should I speak? Should I speak the Queen's English? Should I speak the American English? Should I speak the Nigerian English? Let me just be mixing everything, mix British, American together. So there are many things that takes its toll on someone. That's why most times I don't blame the ones that say, I don't want to work, Jerry. Let me just look for the easy way out, because if the economy is good and just and is not impartial to a particular gender, we will not be talking about this.
You're right. And
if we will stop this discrimination that comes with you are a BSc holder, you are an HND holder, OND holder, let's just forget, because I know in this part of the world we just bring laws, we don't follow up. You can see a leader, let me say like a governor now will come say, anybody that does this thing will face this thing. Look at this number, call it. Now you have confidence that yes, they've brought out a law. When you call, most times they will tell you your call cannot be put through to the right channel. Most times it doesn't end with you giving a law. Now I heard they've stopped this discrimination about certificates, degrees and the rest, that a job that a BSc holder can get, an HND holder should equally get same job. An OND holder that is qualified, that has the right experience, even though you don't have the BSc, you can be given an opportunity to show what you can offer. Yeah. Because nowadays I don't believe in that paper, that 3-4 pages of documents you come with.
Show me what
you can do. In other words, they don't tailor it down, they don't end it with the paper. They give me practical example what you can do. Can you think? Okay, let me give you an example now. A programmer now, you can't come to write on your CV, I'm a programmer. They will give you real life test. Help me program so in so hours. In 4-5 hours, kindly create a website for me. If you can create it, how uniquely you create your can determine whether you get the job as a programmer or what. And now, so you don't tell me CV or this one and one. I am not buying it. The only thing that I will say, in this part of the world, we are biased with our recruiting process. We are very, very biased with our recruiting process, because now we tend to favor those that have a godfather, those that know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that will still know somebody. So you guys just see it.
And that's true. And you come by, you see someone coming for a job, they tell you, Charlie, I don't know anybody for there, so I'm not going. Charlie, this person knows someone, no. He will get it.
That one alone is about demoralized you
already.
Telling you. So now say, okay, now go now with this person, I will no person now. I'll come go, they will tell me I will get back to you. That one I will say on tomorrow now, you don't start work.
You will start work.
So I no bother to stress myself.
Honestly, sincerely. But I would really, really love us to give our best. Anyone looking for a job, try and give it your best, regardless.
Even the ones that have lost hope about getting a job and are looking for the easy way to make money, maybe by giving themselves to someone, for a little pleasure and in the exchange of money. I will say that is not the best way, because it is temporary.
Yes.
There's a particular time in your life that your body can't take such stress anymore.
Yes.
So you need to look for a lasting solution to it. It's not giving yourself doing like a trade by barter transaction. It doesn't end. Either it ends in death, or it ends in sickness or ends in one thing or the other. So they should just try to add value to themselves, look for something meaningful to do.
Keep on striving.
There's no how. Once you are alive, you face challenges. So you just try to look for a solution to it.
Yes, please. And we've come to the end of today's episode on Everyday Nigerian Show. please kindly follow us on all our social media handle displayed on your screen, and stay right there for more amazing videos. Thank you.